Okay, so in this video, I'm going to revise an essay, and I'm going to talk to the person himself. And so, how would I handle this situation if it was not narrating on from a analytical point of view, and if I was talking to someone's point of view? Okay, so during my childhood, my mother always took me to Book City to read books. Book City is the main source of information in the whole city of Shenzhen. Like most children, I had an obsession with humorous comics such as Father and Son, whose writer is E.O. Plauen, a famous Germany mastery of humor. Okay, think about why this fits into your personal statement. Is that information important? So you're way over the word count this time. Um, how does this relate to you? What does it say about you? This tells me that you can bring out random pieces of information. Okay. The comic tells about that it talks about a bald man and his son who get into and out of dilemmas, but emphasize tender and conspiratorial relationship between the two. What do you mean by conspiratorial? Because that's another. First of all, it's conspiracy is a word that we use. That form of it is not. I've never heard it used like that. Can it be used? Yes, but what do you want to say though? I don't understand. They never aspire. What does that mean? When they are faced with predicaments. I was touched by their simple lives and familiar affection. Okay. I like that last sentence. It alludes to the future. So keep that. The rest of it, I don't know what think about what you're trying to do or what you're trying to achieve with those sentences and words. Normally, I went Book City to seek other comic books, but my eyes were caught by a book about architecture that contained innumerable houses with extraordinary structures and designs. When I read this book, I was amazed by the content. Basically, studying. Okay, so this is a lot of telling, but it does progress. Like, we're going somewhere with this. At that time, not in that time, right here. My parents were so poor that the whole family lived in a small and narrow. Again, rooms aren't narrow. Uh, Alleyways are narrow. Passageways, roads, doorways, staircases, like big, giant, big open things are narrow. A room is supposed to be pretty open. The 10-meter square room that was a world of parents, older brother, and me was a range of motion for us. 10 square meters? Are you serious? That's like a bathroom. Okay. If you say so. As a consequence of living conditions, I unwillingly made a decision to build a house that all of the design and minuscule details is monitored on my own to my parents. Undoubtedly, my parents firmly believed that they should satisfy me or my brother's eagerness, even though they would pay a high price for it. What you mean is, my parents, of course your parents would help you out, not help you out, would put you through education, even if it was expensive, because they loved you or something like that. The way the sentence is structured, I don't quite understand it. So keep it simple, get your meaning across. I didn't understand what that meant, but again, my parents fully supported us in our educational endeavors, even though it would cost a lot of money, something like that, okay? My parents decided to let me go to a relatively costly class. Expensive also works for my family financial situation about learning sketching without hesitation. Okay. I had passion for my sketching class at the beginning of starting it. As I started to study sketch, I found by accident that I was fond of it. The art studio was my class and teacher's home. In winter, the sky was always gloomy, so the teacher turned on all lights, bulbs, to illuminate the whole class. Let me keep reading. That's pretty interesting. Like the specificity of Apple. Yeah, you're talking about an experience in psychology. I would call flow, or I didn't name it, but the principle is flow, where you felt engaged with what you're doing. Vapid. What do you mean by vapid? Because of immutably copying sculptures. Disappointingly, I give sketching for the time being. So Okay, what led to you giving up the sketching? Because this is a turning point. This is a crucial point of your essay. What do you want to do after this? So you're going back to being stimulated by curiosity. That's what happened in the last paragraph. You don't you're losing the flow and the core of your essay. The again, let me scratch my head when I type this. Okay, the thing about with your father is good. Before, I'm not sure how that fits in. You can delete that. I'll specify like look for all the parts that aren't essential. Is it essential to describe the way it put in sunlight? It's okay. What's the purpose of this apple story? Like, I think you're trying to illuminate or give us an example, which is good. And okay, so I devoted myself to study sketching. I think that's the main idea of this paragraph. You can shorten it though. And I do like talking about with your dad because it shows the familial ties. My father angrily said, "You can't be successful because you lose your perseverance during making progress." And then he meaningfully said, "Please put you into bunker only by keeping you still alive. You must keep your passion and perseverance pursuing your dream. Let them be still and rooting there. You will not be successful." You don't need that long of a quote. I'm sure you can shorten this into the main point, which is you can delete the bunker sentence. You can delete okay. Shorten it. Without doubt, I was stronger than before because of what my father said. I firmly picked up my sketching. Okay, so this shows whimsical. Like you changed too suddenly. After picking up my habit, I found that I had met incredibly minuscule errors. You created. I tried to revise over and over. My brain was filled with mess. So you're going back to problems, which is good. I mean, a sense of frustration is what you're developing here. And I felt like my head was about to blow up. I was ashamed and vexed. Vexed is used well here, by my stupid mistakes. I couldn't even muster up the courage to face up to my teacher. I just stood before him and with my head down. My hands were trembling. I stood and consoled myself, trying to let my unhappiness go. Fortunately, for the sake of my passion, so all of it's a little bit too long-winded. You can cut each paragraph by a little bit because the main point is again, like up there, it was demonstrating your perseverance, your father's message. All of it can be shortened just a little bit. This is very real. I bravely accepted real me, not brave, not confident, not mature, but absolutely persistent. That is very you. That's one of the most important things to realize about yourself in this writing process. And if you can come through with just that, that's something. Because you want to be able to fulfill certain things: personality, qualities and traits, future plans, fit to school, promise, potential, and you're demonstrating two of them. You could demonstrate more, but focus on those two for now and do it really well. To give my parents a do-it-myself, beautiful, big, unique house as a present. Sure, I hope that it can be a commemoration. Commemoration is nice of my perseverance and dream. It will be the best present to both me and my parents. That's also nice. And now, not only do I want to achieve my goals, so I'm really about oriented. Okay, so that it goes deep and then it goes back to a little surfacey, unless you have a good reason for this. So I'm ready for the next stage. Okay. Okay, so basically, remember what I said. Take notes like we did last time. This last quote is a little bit on the cheesy side, but it fits in and it's a good quote. It's not like a overused. It is a little bit overused, so I would advise against not using it, but it does finish it strong, interestingly enough. So hold on to it for now. The main thing here is cut out all the necessary stuff, make it tighter, make it flow, and your interaction with your dad, go a little bit deeper. Your relationship with your parents, tie that in together, and you'll be better off like that. Make sure it just like why is here the German mastery of humor that important? Make it all link, and that's very important.